If you are someone on a journey of sobriety, and if you were ever able to quit the addiction that you have for a small period of time, it's almost like you kind of get high from being sober, right? You've lost the feeling of being sober so long ago that just feeling sober kind of feels like you're under the influence. This is a phenomenon called the pink cloud effect, or the pink cloud. So the pink cloud, like I just explained, it is this feeling described by many different people, by lots of addicts, where once you're able to quit that substance, once you're able to get sober, clear your mind, clear that toxicity out, get that addiction pushed away, right? They feel this feeling of euphoria. They feel this feeling of clear thought, being able to think straight, being able to do the things that they want to do, being able to think in a nice, sober mindset. And it feels great. It feels amazing. So, I want to tell you guys from my personal experience, the pink cloud effect is real. When I finally got sober, I'll give you guys a story. So, my main addiction was weed, right? So, I was smoking a lot of weed. And I remember I got to the point where I was smoking weed pretty much every single day for about 3 years straight. So, smoking this weed every day for 3 years straight, right? At first, it was fun. Okay. I would smoke, I would have fun, I would feel euphoric, I'd feel great, I would have fun with the guys, I would play video games, I would listen to music, and it was great. It almost seemed like there was no negatives, right? All I got to do is light up some weed, and I'm having a fun time. I'm having a great time. And then, kind of midway through that, it kind of just became like, okay, well, weed is just part of my life now, right? Weed is just part of my life. It's still fun, but now it's kind of like feeling a bit irritable if I don't get my hands on it, right? If I haven't smoked, it almost kind of like ruins the day, right? Like, oh, if I don't smoke, I'm going to be in a pissed off mood, or I'm not going to be able to sleep. I'm going to have to score some weed. I'm going to be like texting people, trying to get my hands on it, that kind of shit. Or trying to bum it from people. By around the third year of me smoking weed was when it got really bad. Like I said, this became like a daily ritual. This became like every morning, every night. It got to the point where the weed didn't even make me high anymore. Like, I had those wax pens, you know what I'm talking about? Like, the weed wax pens. Got to the point where hitting those wax pens, I would have a wax pen, I'd just be hitting it over and over and over all day, all day. I would wake up, I would hit the pen. Every like 20 minutes, an hour, I would be hitting that pen. And you guys that are pot smokers know what I'm talking about, know where I'm going with this. It got to the point where the pen was almost like I'm hitting like a vape, like a nicotine vape. Like, I'm not even getting like high off of it anymore. Like, I'm not even getting stoned off of it anymore. Like, just for me to even feel the effects, just for me to even feel like that euphoria, feel high, feel giddy, feel like I'm in a good mood, I'm basically having to like rip blinkers off this pen, back to back blinkers, or doing dabs or some shit. Like, having to take stuff that's super strong just to even get stoned. So, when I quit weed, what happened? Okay, obviously the pink cloud is not going to happen when you first quit. First, you got to through the withdrawals. I'm just going to tell you guys right now. The first phase you're going to go through when you quit any substance, quit any addiction, whether that's weed, alcohol, nicotine, caffeine, you are going to go through a withdrawal phase, and it is going to suck. Every time I tried quitting weed or nicotine, right, smoking vapes and shit, because I was also on the vapes when I was smoking the weed, you will be irritable, you will have trouble sleeping, you will be in a pissed off mood, you are going to feel like shit, your brain is going to trick you into relapsing, you're going to try to quit, and you'll end up doing it again. But if you can get through that withdrawal stage, if you can persevere, if you can get through all the pain, all the suffering of withdrawals, of not being able to use that substance, and you reach the clarity phase, right? When you get through the negative feelings and you finally get to like a baseline where you can just chill, that's when you hit the pink cloud. That's when you hit your mind, everything, like your energy will vibrate higher. You will be feeling better. You will be thinking straighter. Like when you're on these substances, man, when you're addicted, like, let's be real, your brain is foggy as fuck. You have like a hard time focusing. You have a hard time thinking. You know, like I said, the days just kind of blur together. The days just blur together. You're waking up, you're going to bed, you're getting fucked up, and it just becomes your reality, right? Like being high is just, it's the new normal. It's your life. Your life is you being under the influence, wherever, you know, whether that's at work, whether that's at home, whether that's when you get off work and you get fucked up before you go to bed. It becomes your life, and you get accustomed to it, and it loses its fun. And that's something every addict can describe, right? Every addict can describe this feeling. Be straight, put down in the comments your main addiction, whatever substance it was, whether it was alcohol, weed, nicotine, whatever, pills, Xanax, Adderall. When you first started using that substance, it was fun. You had fun. You know, you would do it with your friends. You're having a great time. You're like, wow, you know, this stuff is great. And you think you have it under control. You think that you can quit at any time, but in reality, you're going further and further down the rabbit hole, trying to chase that first feeling that you got when you first started using it. Okay. So then when it loses that fun, that's when you're in the shit addiction. That's when you're in the fucking shit part of using the substance, the part where you're just using it just so you don't fucking freak out, just so you don't have a bad day, just so that you don't fucking act like a dickhead, right? Acting all fucking geeked out because you can't get your hands on that stuff. So the pink cloud, yeah, no, you're gonna be able to think straight like you did before. You're gonna be able to fucking make good decisions. You're not gonna be under the influence all the time. You're gonna be saving money. You're gonna have more energy in your body. Like I said, your vibration, everything is vibrations, everything is energy, right? Like your vibration is gonna go up. People are gonna notice. People are gonna start treating you better. People are gonna start noticing, like you're gonna be walking like a little bit straighter, a little bit faster. And it's gonna bleed into all your hobbies too and your work, because when you quit an addiction, it frees up a lot of pent up energy. There's a lot of energy that was being held down while you were addicted. There was so much of your potential was being wasted. So much of your potential was being spent under the influence of that substance, right? Like when I had my real bad weed addiction, right? I had a business. I still have a business. But I remember trying to get stuff done for the business, right? Just trying to do paperwork, trying to go on Microsoft Excel and crunch numbers and shit, trying to do my taxes. And I remember I would have to do this stuff to make the business successful. And yo, literally, like I would get high and I would fucking fuck off, and I wouldn't be able to do the work I needed to do because I was too high to use fucking Microsoft Excel, or I was too stoned to fucking do the tax documents, the accounting, because I was just, you know, I would get stoned because I fucking wanted to, because I was like, either I was bored or I was in a bad mood, or I just did it just because there was nothing else to do. And instead of doing that important work, you know, there was so many hours spent where, you know what, I'll just spark one up and I'll fucking do this shit later, right? And, you know, that's why, like, you know, a lot of these, like, people, they take tea breaks, right? Why do people take tea breaks? People take tea breaks. You ever heard of a tea break? You, like, they'll quit smoking weed for, like, a couple days, 2-3 days, or they won't drink. You know, alcoholics won't drink for, like, a little bit. Or someone that smokes nicotine will take a couple days off from smoking. Tea breaks, people do tea breaks not with the intention of quitting. They're doing it with the intention of lowering their tolerance so that they can get that feeling again, right? Like I remember taking tea breaks on weed, like, oh, I'm not going to smoke for like a couple days, 2-3 days. And then when I light up, I'm going to be blasted. Like, You know how fucking stupid that is, right? Like, you know, like, oh, I'm gonna not smoke for a few days just so I can get that same feeling that I got when I was first started smoking, right? And it sucks. Like, yeah, tea breaks, people that do tea breaks have no intention of quitting, right? That's how they're, and that's what's crazy. Like, that's how they're able to even take the tea break, right? Like, most addicts cannot face the fact that they cannot use that substance for a certain period of time. But look, when they have like a mental thing like, oh, I get to fucking get fucked up after a few days or a week after taking this tea break, all of a sudden they're able to not use that substance for a week because they're already, it's a fucking mental trap, right? Like, this person normally would not be able to stop using this for a few days, but just because the anticipation of them getting fucked up, them having a good time, that they tricked their brain into actually like kind of with, you know, ignoring the withdrawal symptoms. It's crazy, bro. It's fucking crazy how addictions work. Like, the kind of shit that you do, the kind of mental fucking traps that you do. And you know, that's why you got to get to the pink cloud. That's why you have to do more than a tea break. Like, you got to make it at least like even just a few days, like a week without using that substance. You're gonna feel more clarity mentally. Like, your life is you're gonna feel better. Like I said, you're gonna feel more positive. You're gonna have a better vibration. We forget when we're under the influence of something, when we have an addiction, we forget how great it is to be sober. Guys, if you guys are thinking of quitting being sober, like, I'm telling you right now, like, it ain't fucking worth it. Like, it's not worth it. Like, if you're sober right now and you're thinking of like breaking your sobriety, if you're thinking of like, you know, relapsing or whatever, like, oh, you know, I'm just gonna dabble a little bit. Trust me, guys, I've relapsed a bunch of times. I've fucking broken my sobriety many times. Like, I won't be a hypocrite. I have I've smoked weed in the past, like here and there. I've like drank alcohol here and there, all that stuff. Like, I'm telling you, like, I've taken pills here and there, right? Just because I was bored. Guys, it never fucking ends well. It never like, it does not give you any sort of feeling that's going to change your life for the better. You will not feel good after taking that substance, especially when you give up your sobriety. Like, you're not going to feel good. It's not going to change your life. It's not going to make you feel better. It's all a mental fucking trap. You're trying to give yourself like a hall pass, but in reality, you're just kind of, you know, your brain is just tricking you, right? It just wants the quick dopamine. Like, you're going through some bullshit and it wants you to quit, right? Like, we forget how great it is to be sober, guys. Like, we forget how great it is to think clearly, to be able to take care of our tasks every day, to be able to focus. Like, focus is one of the most fucking underrated skills that you could have. Being able to do something, sit down, take care of it, do the task, right? Like, choose that thing that you want to do and finish it in one sitting. People forget how fucking powerful that is. Like, that's literally the difference between like winners and losers. Like, winners go and they complete their tasks, they do what needs to be done, and losers fucking put shit off, they procrastinate, you know. And when you're in the pink cloud, when you're in sobriety, when you get sober, like, it is going to be so much easier to complete your tasks, do chores, to go to work, to be motivated, to start that YouTube channel, to start that business, because you're not going to have anything else to do. Like, in reality, a lot of us use this shit. A lot of us are under the influence simply because we're bored, you know? We're looking to fill a gap that's missing within ourselves. Like, you know, whether you feel like life sucks or you're just bored, life is boring, uninteresting, and, you know, getting high, or you feel like life just stresses you out and you need something to take the edge off after a long day. Like, I get it, man. Like, I literally been there. I've been there so many times in my life. I've been back and forth on sobriety before, and sobriety is where it's at. Like, the grass is greener on the other side. It is a lot better to be focused. It's a lot better to be in a good vibration. And it's a lot better to not let these fucking substances rule your world. Because, come on, guys, like, do you really want to be that man that allows a substance to control his life trajectory, right? If you really want something in this world, you want to be rich, you want to have a beautiful woman, you want to have a family, You want to complete your goals. You want to get that money. You want to get that car. You want to be strong. You want to be handsome. You want to get in shape. You got to fucking quit these substances, man. Like, I'm telling you, like, this shit's holding you back from your true destiny. This shit's holding you down in a lower vibration. And you guys are not going to be able to reach that higher version of yourself if your vibration is being kept lowered down by these substances. Okay? It's no different from porn. It's no different from fucking, masturbating. Like, all this shit that keeps your vibration low is keeping you from becoming the man that you're supposed to be. Being lazy, eating junk food, drugs, fucking binge scrolling, doom scrolling, watching a fuck ton of TV all day, playing video games all day. Like, what do all these things have in common? It's all just shit that fucking, it's all just comfort and fucking dopamine bullshit that is just fucking making you lazy, guys. Like, and yo, I hate these fucking people out there that say like, oh, the substance has like positives and blah 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 and whatnot. These substance, like even weed, a lot of people are gonna hate me for saying this, but there is a lot of shit coming out on weed. For a while there was like this claims that weed fucking was like this harmless substance, but I can tell you guys right now, like I have witnessed firsthand in myself how weed is not harmless. Like when I was smoking that last year, that third year where I was trying to quit, where I kept relapsing on the weed. Guys, I was having like fucking psychotic thoughts. Like the weed was fucking making me have like all sorts of panic attacks and shit. Like this is me like telling you right now like what was happening to me, like how the shit was affecting me mentally, physically. I was having like a irregular heartbeat from fucking smoking, right? I was having like my face was twitching. I was having fucking anxiety attacks. I was having panic attacks. I was having insomnia. I wasn't having any fucking dreams. By the way, weed fucks your dreaming up. It fucks up your REM sleep. It's real. Search it up. It actually does fuck your REM sleep up, which is not good for you in your brain. And it, dude, it was like legit. Like I'll be straight with you guys. Like it was giving me fucking psychotic thoughts. Like I was thinking like real like weird bugged out shit, especially when I was high. Like I'm talking like straight up tweaking, like thinking that like the government is out to get me and all this other bullshit, like crazy shit. I was thinking all sorts of fucking crazy ass stuff while I was high. And it was weird because I would literally fucking, I would get sober, I would sober up, I would get my mind clear, and I would say, all right, I'm not fucking smoking, I ain't doing it. And there was times where I would do that, and literally 2 hours later, a day later, I would like fucking, I would end up smoking because a friend came over. I'm hanging out with my family. By the way, my family, who I was living with, fucking, they all smoke weed and shit. So it was in my house. It was in my face every second. Like I could easily get my hands on it. All of my friends were smokers. All my family members were smokers. So it was so hard to quit because it was like right in my fucking face. But I had to overcome that. I had to fucking be honest with myself and be like, yo, I can't blame it being in my face. I can't blame the fact that it's sitting there on the table, that people are offering for me to smoke, that people are encouraging me to smoke with them. Because by the way, other potheads, I'm going to tell you right now, other people that are using that substance, they are not going to help you quit. In fact, the opposite. When I wanted to quit, like I made my intentions clear, like, oh, I don't want to use alcohol, I don't want to use weed. And you could tell people this shit, and they will still offer it to you. They will still fucking put it in your face. They will still try to convince you to use it, right? Even though they know that you're trying to quit. Dude, a million fucking times when I was trying to quit, like, yo, all the fucking time, people like convinced me to slip up and shit. And that's my fault, because I could just say no, right? And that's eventually what I had to get to. Like, I had to really be honest with myself. And this is what you got to do. Be like, yo, I can't blame circumstance for my addiction. I can't blame the people around me. Like, either you got to change the people around you, change your environment, or you got to fucking just learn how to say no. and not use it, even though it's sitting right there in front of you. Like, you want to quit alcohol and you go to a party and there's fucking beer and fucking people are taking shots and shit. Like, you got to be that guy that's like really does fucking be about it. Like, I'm not taking that fucking shot. Like, I want a beer. I see everyone else having fun. You know, I want to fucking have a beer so badly. But you gotta fucking be able to just withstand that bullshit and be like, no, like, I'm not fucking drinking alcohol. I'm not taking a shot. Even if someone puts a beer in my face, even if someone hands me a shot, I'm not fucking taking the shot. Okay? I have a coaching link down below if you need help quitting your addiction. If you need someone to talk to, I would highly recommend booking a coaching call with me. Yours truly. I can definitely help you out. Whatever addiction, whether it's pills, video games, weed, jacking off, porn. I've quit all this bullshit. I have fucking gone through it just as bad as you. I'm talking like years of this shit. So if you're having trouble quitting this stuff and you need someone to hold you accountable and you don't know what you're doing, or you know, maybe you're missing something, book a fucking coaching call down below on my Calendly link. Book a call. We'll figure out what's going on. We're gonna get to the bottom of it. Leave a comment if you want me to make a video about certain substance or bad habit or whatever. Peace out, guys.